and I am a student of liberal arts and social sciences. So my question is that
अस्सलाम वालेकुम नाज़रीन कराम, पहले आप ये वीडियो देखिए फिर इस पर डिटेल में बात करते हैं।
how are you planning on creating a fair playing ground for the upcoming elections? As I belong to a political family myself, and I have witnessed this firsthand, that our nomination papers are being cancelled without any reason. So what is your take on it and making a fair election?
Thank you. As I was trying to explain to her, I'm glad that you are a student of political science. Okay. I don't shy away from admitting that we are a transitional democracy. And a transitional democracy is, again, a discipline which is taught throughout the globe in different universities. We are not a settled democracy. Most of east of the Europe, from some countries of Asia to Middle East, North Africa, they are transforming towards the democratic norms. What is the essence of democracy? Is it just a ritual of one day that you have elections where the principle is that the government has to change through ballot? And that principle has to be accepted and followed religiously, just like a religion, that it has to come that way. When you agree to that, there is a next phase of democracy, and which is equally important, and that is the performance of democracy. The problem with the transitional democracy is that they fight for the principle of democracy, but they're not interested in the performance of democracy. When such situation occurs, then the forces which are more prone towards the non-democratic practices, they do take advantage and they argue and they build their case on the non-performance of democracy. And the entire society is in the stress and strain. And everyone feels that they have got the rightful position of their own, with their own regimental and tribal thinking. If you go to the polarized position of the people who criticize the non-performance of the democracy, they say, oh, forget about this ritual. Don't you know what's going to happen after this? And everyone knows the answer, that yes, you have some basis to that argument, that what they're going to do, so and so. I'm not justifying it, I'm explaining it. And on the other hand, the principle of democracy are being violated by the same people when it is not in their advantage. They only believe in that principle when it is in their advantage. They don't believe it as a principle. 2018, 28, 2008, 2013, 2002, there is a whole history to this. And in that history, the people which we now see as the flag carrier who are advocating for this principle of democracy have been on the other side. And who knows, once they get settled, how again they'll change their position. It's unpredictable. We don't know. I don't trust them. As an individual, I have to vote for them. I wouldn't know that if they get settled with the forces on which they are on the confrontational path, so what would they do next? So once if they are settled, some same old practices, same old business, and same kind of an old hybrid regime to run this country, that basic question of civil-military relationship, which people shy away probably to ask me, that its challenges have not been explored, have not been answered, so the problem remains the same. What would we do then? There is an imbalance here. I am saying it. There is an imbalance, and that imbalance primarily is because the civilian institutions don't perform. So what do? It's a very serious debate. It's a very, it deserves more attention, more questioning, more nuances should be explored, more shades should be known, and people should come up with an informed opinion. Everyone should contribute towards it. This is a national duty. I believe in it. I don't doubt the intention of anyone who takes any sides. But be genuine. Be genuine and try to find out the genuine challenges and the genuine solutions, whatever according to your capacity. Doesn't matter that you're not the flag carrier of the gospel truth, that everyone should be known, everything should be known to you. That's fine. But honest contribution is very important. آپ میرے خیال میں ان کو موقع دے دیں, یہ بہت زیادہ.
I wanted to take it back to the question of
Please introduce yourself.
I am Najab from SLAS. I wanted to take it back to the question of Balochistan. آپ نے جب اسرائیل کی بات کی تو آپ بتانے لگے لائک جنرلی جو نیریٹو رہا ہے اسرائیل کے بارے میں, تو اسرائیل لیٹس سے ڈیسٹیبلائزز فلسطین فار لائک ڈیکیڈز اپون ڈیکیڈز. ایٹ دیٹ پوائنٹ فلسطین سے ایک حملہ آتا ہے, فلسطینی اسرائیلی کہتے ہیں کہ یہ انہوں نے کیا کر دیا, اب تو ہمیں ان کا پورا ملک تباہ کرنا پڑے گا. ان مچ دا سیم وے Pakistan for decades upon decades takes part in like the disappearances that have happened in Balochistan. At that point, the Balochi people, they throw some rocks and Pakistan says ke oh hame arrest karna pad gaya. Right? So it's much the same situation showing up on both ends. How is in this particular situation Pakistan using its monopoly of violence in a way that's better than like Israel?
Okay. Thank you for asking. اچھا ہوگا میں نے اس کو وہ دلا دیا. Are you from? Liberal. And you belong to Lahore or?
I'm from
Karachi originally. ایک تو جو انالوجیز انسان دیتا ہے, چاری پکنگ کرتا ہے, وہ بعض اوقات اپنے غصے سے اور اپنے باعث سے کرتا ہے. سب سے پہلے اپنے باعث اور اپنے غصے کو کنٹرول کرنا چاہیے, مجھے بھی اور آپ کو بھی. اور ونس یو ڈو دیٹ, اور جو پری کنسیوڈ نوشنز ہوتے ہیں ان سے ہٹ کے ان کو ڈیورس دے کے پھر ریالٹی کو ایکسپلور کرتے ہیں. اسرائیل 1948 میں آج بھی آدھی دنیا اس کو تسلیم نہیں کرتی. تو ایک تو یہ سیٹلڈ کوشچن ہے کہ آدھی دنیا کے لیے وہ ایک انلیجٹمیٹ اینٹی ہے. ٹھیک ہے. پاکستان 14 اگست 1947 کو لیجٹمیٹ اینٹی بنا, جس کو 197 ملک تسلیم کرتے ہیں. اب یہ ایک لیجٹمیٹ اینٹی اور ایک کویزائی لیجٹمیٹ اینٹی, یہ بنیادی فرق ہے دونوں میں.
ناظرین کرام, آپ نے ویڈیو دیکھی. نوجوان نے کھڑے ہو کر بڑی بہادری کے ساتھ نگران وزیراعظم انوار الحق کاکڑ صاحب سے سوال کیا کہ تحریک انصاف کے لوگوں کو نہ صرف زبردستی اٹھایا جا رہا ہے بلکہ ان سے کاغذات نامزدگی بھی چھینے جا رہے ہیں. سلام اس بہادر نوجوان کی دلیری پر کہ اس نے کھڑے ہو کر بہادری کے ساتھ وزیراعظم سے سوال کیا. ناظرین کرام, ایک روز قبل آپ نے دیکھا کہ کیسے جمشید دستی کے گھر پر چھاپا مارا گیا. اس کے بعد جمشید دستی نے میڈیا پر آ کر بتایا کہ ان کی بیوی کے ساتھ کیسا سلوک کیا گیا. اس حوالے سے وزیراعظم سے یہ سوال ضرور بنتا ہے کہ خدا کا خوف کریں, کیا آپ نے مرنا نہیں ہے؟ یہ کیا ہو رہا ہے ریاست کے اندر؟ آپ کے ہوتے ہوئے یہ سب کچھ کیوں ہو رہا ہے؟ کیا آپ نے اللہ کو جواب نہیں دینا؟ کیا اب لوگوں کی عزتیں بھی سیاست کی نظر ہوں گی؟ ناظرین کرام, یہ تھی آج کی ہماری ویڈیو. چینل پر جو نئے چینل کو سبسکرائب کر لیں. اگلی ویڈیو تک کے لیے اللہ حافظ.